Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
My name's Brennen.
And I'm Donavan. And let's do a Chit Chats.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Oh, yeah, baby.
Chit Chat time! Let's do this!
Dog, testing the energy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Chit Chats.
Oh, my God.
We got a big boy today, guys. We got Brennen.
Oh.
We got Donavan. And we have business to take care of. Because I don't know if you guys know about this little game called Pokemon. It's a little popular. But they make a lot of games. A lot of Pokemon games. There's a lot of them. There's many. There's not a few. There's quite a bunch, I might even say. So we're going to be ranking them. Brennan's muted for some reason. I don't know why. I guess he just doesn't like Pokemon.
My dog was barking.
Oh, okay. See, she's really passionate about Pokemon too, obviously.
Oh,
My screen froze for a second. You guys froze.
So did you hear any of what I just said? Or?
No, I didn't at all. But just continue.
That's fine. That's fine. I want to ask you guys before we start. What is your experience with the Pokemon franchise?
It's fucking childhood. It's my childhood.
What was your first game?
My first game?
The suspense is building. It was Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
He doesn't even remember.
No, I think you might be right. I think it may have been. I didn't play the originals until after I played one of the other ones. So I'm pretty sure. It was Heart Gold. I think it may have been Heart Gold. It was either Heart Gold or Platinum.
Both great games.
I played those both pretty similar on the same time. So
Heart Gold was also my first and my favorite to this day. So
spoilers.
I'm right there with you. Oh, well, my bad. Sorry. Anyway, hey, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to rank it above the rest. But Donovan, what's your experience with the Pokemon franchise, and what was your first Pokemon game?
What's a Pokemon? What is that?
All right, so let's get started.
Okay, my first.
I know your first game. You don't even have to tell me. I know what it is. It was Fire Red.
It was, and then Ellis got me Pearl, and then that was my second game.
And that was your second one. Both good games. I'm not going to spoil where I'm going to rank those, but...
Okay, fuck you. They're S tier.
Okay. All right. With that, let's get started with the tier list. I have every main series game. We have, I believe, 34 games to rank, but most of them, as you know, Pokemon does a lot of, pairs of games. Like they'll release, a red and a blue version, a gold and a silver version. And most of the time, they're pretty similar games when they come in pairs. So I'm guessing that if we rank one in one tier, we're probably going to rank the other one in the same tier.
Yes.
That's my guess.
If we were to do every single one individual, we would be here for fucking hours.
We would be here for quite a long time. Not that we're not going to be here for quite a long time, because usually these tier lists are the longest episodes. So strap in. Let's get started with Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. So here's the thing about these games. These are the originals, right? And these are the ones that I'd say a majority of the Pokemon fan base has played, whether you're still playing the games or not, right? That being said, does that mean that they're good games?
Yes and no.
Brennen, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, the original two Pokemon games, I feel the exact same way about I do for the original Zelda, where it's the birth of the franchise. A lot of things that we know and come to love in the future games started in that game.
With these games, yeah.
But it was also limited, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault, but they were limited by the technology of their time.
That's very true. And that's very apparent when you play them.
Yeah. And so, but I also remember that I had some of the best memories reading into like glitches and theories and myths with these games.
There's a lot of them.
And
Yeah.
okay, you guys talk for a second. Something come up.
Mew under
No
the
worries.
truck.
Mew under the
I feel
truck.
like-
Missing no.
I feel like something to consider with this game is just the cultural impact in general. I don't know if we're necessarily ranking them by that, but like Pokemon was a huge hit out of the gate.
It was.
And I think that the quality of this game or of these games kind of speaks for itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The impact that it had on really the entire world.
It did have a huge impact.
Wide phenomenon.
The original Pokemon games, I think they were like one of the last Game Boy games to get released, and they still are like in the top selling Game Boy games of all time.
Yeah,
so that
I think they might be in like the top selling games of all time.
they might be, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough because okay, well, first of all, I should have asked this before we started talking about them, but have you played either of them?
I have not.
You have not. So you haven't. I know you've played Fire Red, but
Yeah.
these are like Fire Red is substantially different in terms of quality compared to these.
Okay.
So because I've played Blue, on the.
Are we ranking? Are we ranking the first three first, and then the remakes, and then Let's Go?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Yellow, the reason why I put Yellow as a separate entry, well, mainly because it is a separate entry, but also because it does have a good amount of differences in comparison to Red and Blue that do make it stand out.
I count Yellow as a different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Here's the thing, though. I'm not ranking these based on like cultural impact. I'm ranking these on quality. And unfortunately, one, the quality with the today's standards, because a lot of these games, even though they're older, a lot of these still hold up, right? With Red and Blue specifically, I just don't feel like they hold up enough to qualify them to be like top tier. So because of that, I think I'm gonna have to give. I know this might sound pretty absurd. I think I personally would give these a D tier, possibly even an F tier.
Wow.
I know that's
I go that low. I would say like C.
I mean that's fair. Like I'm not saying these are bad games. I'm just saying in terms of the quality of the franchise, they're low. I'm being a little harsh, but I'd say I'd rank Red and Blue probably D, and I'd probably rank Yellow C personally.
Okay, in Yellow, Pikachu can follow you around.
Pikachu can follow you around. You get access to all three starters. The gyms are different. The Pokemon available are different. There's quite a good amount of differences. So and for that reason, I'd say Yellow is.
I'm inclined to agree with Brennan. I think C for them, and then a B for Yellow because
Really?
Pikachu. Yeah,
I would say C for all three.
C for all three.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm inclined to put.
Yellow goes in B. Fuck you guys.
I don't know, man. I don't think.
I'm kidding.
I do think Yellow is slightly better, but also I don't necessarily know if I want to put it in B tier because I don't think it's that good. I think I'm going to put them all in C tier.
Okay. I can work with that.
And I'm going to put Yellow towards the front of C tier just to indicate that it's like above them. But
C plus. C plus.
Right. Okay. That's fine with me. All right. Moving on to Fire Red and Leaf Green.
All the 90s kids are fucking yelling at us right now.
Yeah, they would be. They would be not. They would not be so happy. The Gen 1ers, as they're called. I'm not a Gen 1er, and that could just be I don't have the nostalgia, but you'll see my nostalgic side coming in later. So Fire Red and Leaf Green are next. The first remakes of the original games. Let me ask really quickly: have you guys played these games? Or
I played Leaf Green.
Leaf Green. Okay, I've played Fire Red, and I know Donovan's played Fire Red. Here's the thing. I like Fire Red and Leaf Green substantially more than the originals. I think that they're basically you're basically better off playing Fire Red and Leaf Green than the originals.
Did you play Fire Red and Leaf Green first, or did you play Red and Blue?
I played Fire Red first, and then I played Blue years later.
Right.
I played Fire Red first, and then Leaf Green.
Wait, what?
I played Fire. I played Pokemon Red, and then a couple years later, I played Leaf Green.
Okay.
I feel like this is one thing where like it's kind of nostalgia speaking, but I feel like the remakes are just like substantially better than the originals. And they don't really add much. They're just like little quality of life improvements.
Oh, Donavan. Silly Donavan. Have you forgotten about the Sevi Islands, Donavan?
Oh, I did forget about the Sevi Islands.
How could you forget about the Sevi Islands?
I'm sorry, they're just so memorable.
Now, granted, okay, here's the thing. The fact that you did forget about them, that speaks, that says something. But Fire Red and Leaf Green are better, if not solely because they have a lot of the more updated mechanics of Pokemon, like abilities and natures and updated types and, better graphics. Which came with all of the entries. But they do have more content than Red and Blue. Like, that is factual. And that's one of the reasons why I think that they go above. Granted, I don't necessarily know how much more above they go. I think
not much. I would say most B.
Yeah, I would also have to say B. They are very good.
Think? I don't know. I think it's just nostalgia, but I want to say A personally. But B seems fair as well.
I'm saying B mainly because there's sort of a good amount of like limitations in these games that you don't see in like the others, and that's mainly because they're remakes of the originals. But they are still really fun. So I'm gonna say B. As long as you're okay with that, Donovan.
Yeah, B is good.
All right. Now let's go.
Okay, let's go.
I never played this, so this is all you guys, I think.
Okay, Donovan, have you played Let's Go? I just want to know.
I've played like the first 3 gyms because my brother has it. I played it with him, and I don't know, just the fact that you don't even battle the wild Pokemon.
I know,
dumb. I can't get past that, and I know some people are like, "Oh, it's a minor gameplay tweak, and it's just like it's a choice, like they're just doing something different." It's like, no, that's stupid. I hate it. But
people constantly argue that Pokemon is too easy. This is like taking that to like a whole other level.
Yeah.
Granted, I want to point out
that it's not really enjoyable.
What?
It's so easy that it's like kind of hard to enjoy.
It is, and I want to point out something funny. I own Let's Go Pikachu, and I've played it, and I actually have not gotten as far as you said that you did.
Really?
Because I was not enjoying my time playing it. I was just not enjoying it. The battling was not fun. I think
it's a good introduction for people who've never played Pokemon before.
That's
like, let's be real. Who's never played Pokemon besides like young children?
It was an attempt to get the Pokemon Go crowd interested in the franchise as a whole.
Yeah, good point.
And I feel like it probably succeeded in that a good amount, because these are like some of the top selling Switch games of all time. But I just don't like them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to give these like a D ranking.
When I heard that they were gonna make like a Gen 1 remake on the Switch, I was expecting something like at least Sun and Moon quality, where like they make the world more believable and it's not on a grid anymore. But they didn't. It feels like they didn't even try. They were just like blatantly nostalgia baiting.
The graphics do look good, but
they do. But it's like bare minimum, in my opinion.
It's like an upscaled 3DS game, as like many people have pointed out.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if it was originally intended for the 3DS.
it probably might have been at one point or another, but I think I'm going to put them in D. And Brennan, you said you didn't play either of them.
No, I have not played either one of them, but I also do not like the style of them either. I like the style of how the game itself looks and some of the mechanics in it. But
I like that
just the
Pokemon can
game in
follow
general.
you. Huh?
Yes, or that you can ride like almost any Pokemon.
Or you can ride. That's arguably a feature that they should have kept. You know.
Yeah. But other than that, I've never been interested in them. That's why I never played them.
Same here. Also, I should mention, this is unrelated, but I should mention that we're choosing not to rank Legends Arceus in this particular list, only because it hasn't been out for very long. At this point,
and Donavan only played a little bit of it, and I haven't bought it yet.
and I've beat the game, and I have thoughts about it.
I think at the end, Antonio, you should tell us like where you would put it.
Okay, I could do that. That being said, there might be a standalone episode where we review those games. If we
once I get it too, I'm getting it next week. So.
Hell yeah! Okay, cool. All right, moving on to Gold and Silver.
Gold and Silver.
So I think these are probably the games that I've played the least amount of out of all of these, mainly because their remakes are arguably a better way to play them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever finished. I remember because I played Heart. I know I played Heart Gold. I can't remember if it was my. Like I said, I can't remember if Heart Gold or Sapphire were my first one. Not Sapphire, Crystal. I can't remember which one was my first one, but I know I played all the way through Heart Gold. But I remember I tried to play the original Gold, and I was just like, why would I play this when I can play?
It's just not as good. And I think a lot of people have like rose-colored glasses when it comes to Gen 2. Maybe not as much as Gen 1, but still very prevalent with Gen 2. Oh, I should admit, Donovan, have you played Gold or Silver?
No, I haven't, so I don't really have any opinions on this. So this is all you guys.
All right, that's fair. I don't know. I think Gold and Silver are definitely improvements upon the originals, you know?
Yeah.
But that's about as much as I can say about them. The graphics are basically the same. There's more Pokemon.
Colorized.
They're colorized. Wow.
They're colorized.
The battle sprites are better. I know that for a fact.
I think it is very impressive that they're able to fit all of Gen 1 into it as well, though.
I agree. I think that was
pretty cool.
That was pretty revolutionary, I think. But I don't know, man. I just don't feel like the original Gold and Silver, especially considering they got a third version that is basically better than both of them. I feel like I'm inclined to say they're about the same as the originals. I think I would agree. Still rank the originals at D, but since we have them in C, that's fine. But I think I'd put Gold and Silver in C tier.
I agree.
All right, so Gold and Silver are going to C tier. I don't really know what else to say. So Crystal, this was the first time that they did a third version of the games.
Yeah.
And have you played Crystal, Brennan?
Yes.
You said you did? Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember if Crystal or Heart Gold was my first game, but I played them roughly the same time.
Okay.
So one of them was my first, but I can't remember which.
I think Crystal.
I liked Crystal a lot, actually.
I never played through. I think I've played through a little bit of Crystal, but mainly the experience I have with Crystal is watching Chugga Conroy's Let's Play on it. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I did too.
And that was like one of the first like Pokemon related videos I ever watched on YouTube. And so I know, like, I basically know how good these games are from that, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. They're basically just Gold and Silver, or it's basically just Gold and Silver but better. You get both legendaries. Yeah. There's an updated story that, I mean, it's able to fit both of them in, I guess, which is nice. It's good. I don't know.
I would probably just say like B tier.
I don't. That's the thing though. Is I don't know if I want to put it in B tier. I don't know if it's that good.
You really like B tier, don't you?
Hey, I would have ranked the originals in D tier if it was my choice.
Okay, correction. You really don't like the old games, do you?
No, there was a reason they have remakes. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm fine with putting them in B tier.
How much of a substantial improvement are the remakes, though? Actually, that's a bad question because that's your favorite game.
So substantial. Well, and that's the okay. We're not. I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna put it in B because I do think that they are better than Golden. I do think Crystal's better than Gold and Silver. But here's the thing: Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Those were good games.
Here's the thing. Okay, have you guys played these?
I have played Heart Gold, yes.
Regrettably, I have not, but I want to because I know it's your favorite.
These are my favorite pairs of games. Specifically, Heart Gold is my first Pokemon game, so you could always make the argument it was my first game, so obviously I have nostalgia for it, and it's But even taking that away from it, I still think Heart Gold is very good on so many different levels. Should I care to explain, or can I gush about Heart Gold?
I would say yes, except for the fact that we've still only ranked that many, and we've already been going for about half an hour.
That is not true. We did not start at 10.
We're at about 20 minutes.
Okay, you're right, but it won't take long. It won't take long.
Okay, short rant.
Listen. Heart Gold and Soul Silver have so many good qualities, right? Following Pokemon. Access to not only the box legendary, but the other one as well. All 3 legendary dogs, all 3 legendary birds. You get the legendaries of the Hoenn games. You get the starters of the Kanto games and the Johto games and the Hoenn games. You get the Safari Zone, which was added from Gold and Silver. You can catch so many more Pokemon from that area alone, right? There's so many other areas in the game where you can catch random Hoenn and Sinnoh Pokemon that you couldn't in the originals, right? Because they didn't exist. Did I mention following Pokemon? That was incredible. That was a revelation. Better graphics. The graphics look beautiful. They basically took Diamond and Pearl's engine and improved upon it, made the original games look better, right? You have 2 regions to explore, Johto and Kanto, and you can fight all the gym leaders. Okay? The final battle with Red is iconic. Okay?
I love the final battle with Red.
Now, granted, this wasn't the first game that had that. Obviously, Gold and Silver had those first. But the atmosphere that it creates with the updated graphics when you climb atop to the peak of the snowy mountain and you see Red there and he doesn't even say a word to you. You just start the battle and it's the highest level Pokemon in the whole game. It's incredible. Okay, it's incredible. And I think I was blessed that these were my first games because I think these these made me into the Pokemon fan that I am today.
What was this tier?
That being said, I don't know, man. I know this is predictable, but I'm gonna have to say S tier for these. I don't have any reason to put them any lower.
I'm not gonna fight you on it because, like I said, Heart Gold was one of my first games, whichever one happened first. And I had a blast with it, and it was, whether it was my first or not, it was one of my first introductions to Pokemon. And I remember my cousin showing it to me and letting me play it, and just being able to explore everywhere and the Red battle and everything. I won't fight you if you want to put it in S tier. I think it deserves a higher rating for sure.
The funny story for these is that originally I used to be someone who thought Pokemon was for nerds, right?
We have a hypocrite. No.
I got Heart Gold for Christmas, right? Not because I wanted it, but because apparently the person at the store told my mom that they were really good games. So she was like, "Oh, maybe he'll like this one." And I was like, "Oh, Pokemon. I don't want this." So I didn't play it for a week, right? And then I finally decided to play it because I was like, "Well, it's there." You know what I mean? It might have not been a week. It might have been like a couple days because I feel like my mom probably would have taken it back by then. But I still had it, and I decided to put it in my DS and play it, and I loved it. I couldn't put it down. So
Fate was made that day.
it was, and you know that it brought me to where I am today. So what else can I say?
That's beautiful, man.
I know, honestly, I feel like I should write a novel about it. It's you know, my Pokemon.
Make a YouTube video essay about it, like a retrospective via Ant-Man or not Ant-Man, Ant-Dude.
Yeah. I will be the new Ant-Man. Anyway, not Ant-Man, Ant-Dude. Anyway, Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah. What have you guys played Ruby or Sapphire?
I have played Ruby.
I've never played the originals, but I played the remakes.
I have played.
We'll get there when we get there, Don.
Ruby and only Ruby.
Well, it just means I don't have anything to say about it.
That's okay. I apologize for that. Okay. That being said, I think Ruby and Sapphire are good. Like
They're good games.
They're good. I
have a lot to say about Emerald because I played Emerald before I played Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot to say about Emerald. But for Ruby, it was a good game. I had a lot of fun with Ruby, and it was Groudon and Kyogre were like my favorite legendaries for a while because of those games.
I really liked playing Ruby. I thought it was like I don't remember. I think it was the third game I ever played in the Pokemon series. I think I had Heart Gold and then Fire Red and then Ruby. I'm pretty sure that was when I played it.
I cannot remember the order I played these games live with me.
No. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I don't have a lot to say about these because I think they're good, but that's about it. Like, I could say this: I do think that the remakes are better. So, but that's more talking about the remakes. So,
I will say one thing that you guys may disagree with, but I feel like the Pokemon roster of Gen 3 is like the most forgettable Pokemon roster of them all.
I would respectfully argue that there are other rosters that are more forgettable.
Maybe like Gen 8, but
I don't know. There's a lot of Pokemon that were introduced in this that are forgettable, but there's a lot that I think are like some of the best that they've ever introduced, like Blaziken, the Swampert line, the Sceptile line, all the starters. Honestly, I like the starters a lot. The Gardevoir line, the Breloom line, I have fond memories of.
That's
the
fair.
Manectric.
I can see where you're coming from, I guess.
Sharpedo.
I feel like you could say that about any of the starters, though. Like, from any generation, they're all pretty iconic.
That's fair. But I don't know. I think it's a matter of like, well, and you did play the remake, so if you do think that they are forgettable, that does say something. But I don't know. In terms of like the quality of the games, I think that I think in terms of like the entire franchise, I think Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald have like the best frame rate, if that means anything. Like,
yeah, no, I understand.
They run super quickly. Like, it's not even funny. But other than that, like, I don't know. I just think that they're solid games. Like, I think if we were going off of my ranking system, I would say that they were a solid C. I think based on how we're ranking these, I think I would say B. I think I would say these would be in B tier.
I would agree with B.
Okay. Specifically Ruby and Sapphire.
Yes.
Now Emerald, on the other hand.
Now the reason I was saying I have a lot to say about Emerald is that, like I said, I mean, I've probably said this fucking 20 times now. Can't remember which one came first, Crystal or Heart Gold, playing them around the same time. Those may have been my first game, but the game that I played that was like, dude, Pokemon is fucking sick was Emerald.
As was a lot of games,
and so Emerald is to this day one of my favorite Pokemon games. even compared to some of the other games and some games that I absolutely love. I've just always loved Emerald, and it added so much. They added so much good story to what was already there in Alpha Sapphire. Now, I'm not saying it's the best. There's still problems. Just because it is an older game, and every game's gonna have its things, but it is definitely, to this day, still one of my tops for sure.
It's very good. I haven't played it, but I've seen like Chuck Converse Let's Play. I know I keep bringing him up, but it's just like,
we you and me both watch him, and he's played a shitload of Pokemon.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I know there's a reason why he plays the third versions.
Yeah, he always plays the third versions
if they're available.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I'm cool with A tier for Emerald. I think that
cool. I appreciate that.
It improves upon the originals substantially. You get all 3 legendaries. Rayquaza is badass.
Rayquaza is badass.
The Battle Frontier is a thing that
I will always love the Battle Frontier.
I'm not well acquainted with it as much as other people are, but a lot of people seem to like it. So I can't deny that.
Yeah, because I remember that's one of my main problems with Alpha with the remakes.
Mm-hmm. Which here we go. Here's the remix.
Remakes were freaking awesome.
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
I remember when the game came out, and I remember you playing it in Mayo on the bus, and I remember it looked so cool to me because you could fly. And weren't all the legendaries at the time in it?
Most of them, yeah. You could get them to special event portals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember
they introduced Hoopa. They introduced Hoopa in Omega Ruby.
They introduced Hoopa. Here's the thing: I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are peak Pokemon remake.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's saying a lot because Gold and Soul Silver are my favorites, but in terms of the best Pokemon remake, I think it's Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire hands down. The amount of content in those games to this day is still shocking to me.
Oh yeah.
And new Mega Evolutions too. Also, I want to say
enjoyable.
The opening. I've always loved the opening to those games.
It's very good.
So every time it plays, I almost start to tear up. It's the opening is so good, and it's nostalgic to me.
It's chilling. It's probably one of the best openings that a Pokemon game has had. I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, the best opening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it like all the remakes, it improves upon the original. The amount of content is incredible. The graphics look good for 3DS. They look really good. It runs well. Flying with Latios is still one of the best features in these games.
Dude, I loved that so much.
The post game is so beefy.
The post game is it has a lot of legendaries. This was one of the first games that they did that was just here, go and catch every legendary ever.
Yeah.
And
I'd say the only thing that holds it back is Wally, honestly.
Yeah, Wally sucks. Yo, can we get a fuck you in the chat for Wally?
The thing that I didn't like was that the Battle Frontier wasn't in it.
Yeah, they teased the Battle Frontier and then never put it in the game, and that always pissed me off.
Yeah, they teased that it was coming. Remember, there was
things
saying
DLC or something, right?
Yeah, and it never happened.
Never happened. But that's my only. I think that's. I don't even know if you can call that a complaint from me because I didn't even necessarily care.
No, that is my only complaint because other than that, the way that they took all these new things, like the new Mega Evolutions, or characters, or Pokemon and stuff like that, the way that they all put that in there, they did it in a way that it was still respectful to the original. You could tell it was new.
Yeah, that's very true. And so I think this was around the time when people were starting the hype for remakes. For Pokemon remakes was at an all-time high. When everyone was Hoenn confirmed, where's Hoenn remakes?
Dude, hashtag Hoenn confirmed. Do you remember those days, dude?
Oh, I remember, dude. I was so excited when they were. And I think I played Ruby at that point. But I was my hype was like they looked so good. I was like, oh my god, give me these games. I remember getting them on launch day, or getting Omega Ruby specifically on launch day, playing it in a week because that's how excited I was to play it.
I got Alpha Sapphire for Christmas, and I beat it in the last week of winter break.
Oh, I couldn't put it down. It was a problem. No,
I could not put it down. I beat that game so fast.
It was so good, and yeah, I'd have to go with S tier, right up there with
I would agree. Even though the Battlefront tier stuff made me mad,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the games is still good.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Donovan?
I agree. Yeah.
You're just like no F tier.
It is F tier.
Yeah. That being said, F tier. Okay, moving on to Diamond and Pearl. So I played Diamond. I think I've played all three of these. All three.
That's right. You and me went reverse
Diamond,
because
Diamond and
you
Pearl
played Pearl first, and I played Diamond. I played Pearl first. You played Diamond first. So you bought Brilliant. I brought Brilliant Diamond. And you bought Shining Pearl.
Yeah, we've done some weird mixing up with the order that we played these games, but
yeah.
Wait, but what'd you say, Donovan?
Pearl is my baby. Pearl is my child.
Oh, I know Pearl's your baby.
Just laying out on the table, like, this is my S tier, and I realize that's for nostalgia, like, just on its own, but, like, I fucking love those games. And I feel like if I went back and played them today, I feel like they'd hold up. I feel like they would still hold up and be, like, really just quality, classic Pokemon experience.
And Donnie's got them things to say.
Yeah, I can tell he's raising his hand.
You're really not going to like my thoughts on
that. Yeah.
I have a question for you. Have you played just Pearl, or have you played Pearl or Platinum, or all three of them?
I've not played Platinum. I've just played Pearl, but like I don't feel like I need to play Platinum to get like the full experiences. I know that there's a lot of improvements in Platinum, so I would say that probably if there was going to be an S tier or a high ranking one here, it would definitely be Platinum. I'm just saying personally.
So
yeah.
Maybe before I say anything, maybe you should talk about Diamond and Pearl with Brennan.
So I only ever played Pearl.
I didn't know this was going to be
I know, Antonio's making it seem dark.
well, okay, I want to know what you think.
So I only played Pearl back in the day. That's why I bought Brilliant Diamond now. I never played the original Diamond. I never played Platinum. I did watch Let's Play of Platinum, and
yeah.
Platinum was really cool. A lot of the things that were in it was really nice. But like for me, Pearl was it was a good game. Like it was a good game to me. So like it wasn't nothing like it wasn't as special to me as like Emerald, but it also wasn't as like kind of bland, like okay, it's another Pokemon game to me as like the original the original Gold and Silver. Mm-hmm. So like it was for me, Pearl was just barely below the amount of love I had for like the original Ruby. Because like for me it was kind of like, oh cool, my Pokemon game, cool. The only thing good for me that came out of I better not be wrong on this, but I think you've corrected me before. Manaphy came out of this generation, right?
Yes.
Yes. Manaphy is my fourth favorite Pokemon. And so
favorite legendary, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite legendary, but if I'm going down like the list, it's my favorite Pokemon. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's just like it's just below like the level of Ruby. So for me, it's like a B. But now I'm excited to see this hate that is building into his mind.
So I'm skeptical to say, because here's the thing. I really like Gen 4, but Diamond and Pearl is, and I stand by this, the weakest point of Gen 4. And I guess that's not, I don't know if that's saying a lot, because you're comparing them to Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver. And also they were the first ones to come out of Gen 4, right?
Yeah.
I think that there's so many problems with Diamond and Pearl that got fixed in Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver in a similar way. that just makes them worse by comparison. I think
you mean like they're not really bad per se, but it's just there were so many things that could have been better that they fixed in later games. It's like, what's the point?
Exactly, yeah. And
okay, I can totally see what you're saying from that.
So I don't think that that's necessarily like a controversial thing to say. I just think like I just feel bad because I
agree. Hold that opinion. People consider Platinum to be better than the originals, and that's the way it should be, honestly.
I agree, and there's and that's why I think you should play Platinum, Donavan, because I think you'll have more of an appreciation for like how much they improved on Pearl, because it's it's a remake, it's a third version, it's the same base game but like just better.
Well, I wanted to get Shining Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and then I heard that those weren't that great.
Oh, I have thoughts about those too.
I'm interested to hear what you guys have to think about those, because those are very recent. So your thoughts on those will be very fresh.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm very critical about the original Diamond and Pearl, because I was almost going to say like C or D tier, but I think
okay, you can't go that low because it is better than
they're not worse than the originals. They're not worse than
Gen 1 and Gen 2 for sure. Like they gotta be B tier.
Yeah, I mean, based on this ranking, I would say B tier is fitting. But
has anyone here played Platinum? Because I haven't.
Oh, I've played Platinum.
Okay. Well, then take it away, Penny.
And I love Platinum. I think.
Then where would you put Platinum in comparison to Diamond and Pearl?
See, that's tough because I really like Platinum. In fact, I think at one point I almost considered it as like my favorite Pokemon game, even above Heart Gold and Soul Silver, just because I thought.
How about that?
I just I don't know. I just really liked it. The amount of like just the way that they handled. I played Diamond first, and I really liked Diamond, right? But then when I played Platinum, I was like, "Whoa, this is incredible." And I don't know. I guess a lot of the stuff was like minor, but it was just minor stuff. Like,
what are the changes that they made? Really,
you could argue that
Giratina.
See, I feel like I'm not the person to necessarily talk to about this because I can't remember every change that they made off the top of my head. But even just things like improving the frame rate of the game, the Pokemon roster, the order of which you do things, because it's infamous that the original games are like super slow, right? There's a huge gap in between the second and third gym, which is like a really big complaint that people have about those games. And so they paced it a lot better in Platinum. And it overall just makes it a more consistently enjoyable game. And that's why I think Platinum is like, it was like, if not for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it was like the best third, well, it's not a remake. It's the best third version, I think. So I'm debating putting it between S and A, is basically what I'm saying.
I'd be cool with A.
I'm gonna say S because that's where I want Pearl to go, and I just want like one of those games to go S tier.
Okay. We'll go S tier.
Yeah, we'll go S tier. It's very good.
It was a very good game. I very much enjoyed Chuck Connor's Let's Play of it.
Yeah, Chuck Connor's Let's Play was awesome. As it usually is.
No.
Anyway, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are next. These are the most recent, not counting Legends Arceus main series games. And so, Donovan, I know you haven't played them, right? You said that you wanted to play them?
Because I have heard that they are very bare bones, low effort, and I don't want my opinion of the original Diamond and Pearl to be affected by a crappy remake. So,
yeah, that's fair. And Brennen, you're almost done with it, right?
Yeah. Well, no, the only reason I say it like that is because I'm about to say something super controversial.
Oh shit!
I like Brilliant Diamond.
You what?
I actually really like Brilliant Diamond.
Oh
I
shit!
don't mind it.
Oh shit!
I just like.
I thought you were gonna say the exact opposite, but I guess that would be
No,
controversial.
I can see why people would have problems with it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying it's a perfect game. Like, I'm not even saying A tier, not even close to A tier. But when it comes to actually just playing the game for me, and like, I know that one of the biggest problems people had was like the style of it, like how everyone's tiny,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like, well, it's a remake. Remember in the original game, everyone was tiny too. And it's just like, but like, I can still see why people have a problem with that. And I'm not saying it's a perfect game, but I've enjoyed playing it a lot.
Personally, I just have a problem with Game Freak and Pokemon Company being lazy with their games because they're sitting on such a huge pile of cash, and this will come up when we talk about Sword and Shield as well.
Yeah,
but like I feel like it's super low effort, and they have all these resources.
Yeah, and I totally get that. But I actually have quite a fun time playing Pokemon Diamond.
That's also fair. Yeah. I can see that.
So, have you seen my video, What It's Like to Be a Pokemon Player fan?
I have not.
Okay. So, because
I can relate to that a lot.
That basically sums up all of my thoughts about the games in their entirety. Basically, I think Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are just lazy. Like, they're very rushed remakes. They have some, like, they're nostalgic, and I enjoyed playing through Shining Pearl, but even I was able to, like, realize its flaws, and especially considering it's in terms of remakes, it's following Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it's, like, sad. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, because, like, up until now, all of the remakes have been in the styles of the current gen. So, like, the Gen 2 remakes were in the style of Diamond and Pearl, and the Gen 3 remakes were in the style of X and Y. So I feel like everybody expected them to like go all out and make them in the style of Gen 8. And when they initially showed it, I was just excited that they're remaking the games at all. But then it started to set in that they weren't going to be what I thought they were going to be. And maybe I just had too high of expectations. And I don't think it's necessarily bad that they're staying super faithful. I think it's you could say it's just like a stylistic choice for them to stay faithful, and that they're just like doing it to respect the old games. But I don't personally feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's just laziness.
I agree, and that's the thing is like everyone had that expectation about the remakes because the remakes were going to happen no matter what. But everyone had that expectation, and personally, I was not bothered so much about the style like you guys were saying. And so, like, that wasn't the problem for me. It was just more like they could have polished the game a lot more, and it really just illustrates the problem with modern Pokemon games is that despite all the resources they have, because they're yearly releases, they don't have the time to put all those resources in before the deadline. So they don't. And then
if there was one game that I really wanted them to get right, it was these games, and I just don't think that they made the right choices.
They made a lot of good choices, but some of the other choices they made were like, really? You know?
Yeah. Well, these games were being hyped up for years too.
They were,
and
yeah.
So like, a lot of people were disappointed.
Almost, you might even say almost more than the Gen 3 ones, but I don't know. But
I think almost more than the Gen 3 ones. Yeah, because it was such a large gap between the Gen 3 remakes and the Gen 4 remakes, longer than the usual time that we have to wait.
7 years.
Yeah.
Which is a long time. And for that 7-year wait to lead up to the product that we got was just a little bit of a letdown, but it's not like they had 7 years to develop the game. They were developing other games, so
yeah.
I don't know. And also it was from a different team, right? So that's another thing to factor in. I don't know. See,
I think they just could have done it more justice, and that's the be all end all of it.
despite the fact that they're remakes, I cannot confidently put them above B tier. Like, there's just no way. I cannot put them in A tier. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Would you say that the improvements that they do make it better than the original Diamond and Pearl, though?
Yeah, I'd say so. They're definitely better than the original Diamond and Pearl, but not better, not good enough to be an A tier. That's what I think. Brennan, what do you think?
I can agree with that.
Okay. That's what I think, because they do have like more content than than Diamond and Pearl, and the graphics look by technicality better. Following Pokemon is always a great thing, although they kind of didn't make it as good as they could have. Following Pokemon,
it kind of feels like they put it out just to die. Like you don't hear anybody talking about the remakes anymore, especially now that Legends Arceus is out.
That's very true.
And there's so much buzz about that game.
But I do respect that you do like them. I don't think they're bad games. I just think that they could have been better.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's definitely could have been better.
I can respect that they're well-made games. And technically I haven't played them, so I shouldn't be able to give my opinion. I just have a lot of thoughts about it personally.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But don't want to linger too much. We're already lingering quite a bit on most of these, but which is understandable because, Pokemon. So my baby, at least. But Black and White now. Moving on. Who's played Black and White, or Black or White?
I have played Black.
I've also played Black. What about you?
I've played half of Black 2, and it's not that I didn't like it.
Those
I just never.
Different games.
Next game, Donavan.
Oops. Okay, never mind. I've never played it.
Yeah, exactly. You wait your turn.
I'm sorry.
I really like Black. I'm just gonna come out and say that.
I really liked Black and White. It was, for me, Black and White was like, I don't know why, but for me, Black and White was like the style of Pokemon for that game to me felt way different than what we'd had. Like
it was
like the previous years.
They were.
I just remember Black and White always stood out to me so much compared to 1 through 4 and all the remakes and stuff like that.
Well, they're almost like a reboot of the franchise.
They kind of are. Although Black and White did introduce one of my favorite characters of all time.
Weren't they intended as a reboot though? Because I've heard that Diamond and Pearl were originally intended to be the final games in the entire series, and then when they brought it back, Black and White were the soft reboot. Almost.
I think they basically were, because they have a whole other Pokemon roster. They have a whole other region that's not tied to the other ones.
You couldn't catch any of the originals until post game.
Yep. Yeah. You had to go with the new ones. And a lot of people hated the new ones. But honestly, I really like a lot of the Pokemon from Gen 5.
There was quite a bit that I liked from Black and White. I really liked the crocodile.
Crocodile.
I really liked that. Yeah, I really liked that line.
Crocodile, Bisharp is another one of my favorites. Starmanitan.
I liked Leavanny.
The starters were Oshawott the only one that I really like.
Same.
Let's see. They had the fact that I can't remember. There's a lot. They introduced so many Pokemon in this one. Oh, yeah, Haxorus and Axew.
It was the biggest gen, wasn't it?
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Go ahead, Brennan.
It was the biggest gen, wasn't it? Wasn't it the most Pokemon added?
156.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Victini.
Well, that's because you could only catch the Black and White Pokemon in that game, right?
Yeah. But...
Well, and not until post-game. In post-game, the others became available.
Oh, the bug types of this gen? Scolipede, Leavanny, and Scavalier.
Leavanny was the first bug type I've ever actually used. I actually used Leavanny back when I played.
It's very good, yeah. They buffed bug types a lot. They made some really badass like dragon types and buffed a lot of other types too. So they like, and the story is also really good. I want to bring
the story
that up.
is good. I did like, and then I also liked they weren't my favorite evil team, but I really liked Team Galactic, Team Plasma.
Team Plasma. Who was your favorite evil team? Just out of curiosity.
Magma and Aqua.
Magma and Aqua?
Yeah.
Not Team Flare. Fuck Team Flare.
Team Flare sucks.
Fuck Team Flare, dude. No, honestly, yeah, no, I really like Black and White. I think I would have to put them in A tier.
I definitely agree with A tier.
All right. A tier they go. So Black 2 and White 2. And guys,
I played White 2, but I never finished White 2.
Oh, you. Shame on you.
Same here. I've played like halfway through Black 2.
What?
Yeah. No, it's not because I didn't enjoy it. I actually really liked it. It's just
no, I really enjoyed it. I just never found the time to finish it, and then I think I ended up losing the cartridge.
I see.
Or I gave it to a friend. I think I gave it to a friend, and then I never got it back.
I got you.
Yeah, I was literally borrowing it from you, Anthony. Remember?
I do remember that. I think I took it back. I was like, give it back.
Yeah.
To be fair, I really like these games, and I'm about to say something that's going to blow your guys' mind, right? I think Black 2 and White 2 are better than Black and White.
No way.
I wouldn't know.
Oh my god, I think you said that.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I wouldn't know. I never finished them.
Isn't it basically like a remix, kind of, more or less, with a new story? Like, they just remix the gen, so like you
takes place after. It takes place. Doesn't that take place after the first one?
Yeah, it does. They take place.
The story is different.
Oh yeah, the story is different.
Well, yeah, the story is different.
They're sequels first and foremost. They are literally sequels. Like
the sequel.
Yeah, which is that's not something that the Pokemon games have ever done since then. So.
No, they haven't. And I kind of wish that they would do more because honestly, Black 2 and White 2 were really good follow-ups to the original. They added more content, more areas. You had a mix of Pokemon from all of the gens, which was really cool. So many Pokemon to choose from in those games. More legendaries to catch. I always enjoy catching a bunch of legendaries. So any game that has a lot of those is going to be like up there for me. Yeah, a lot of post-game content.
I remember hearing about there's a lot of good post-game content.
There was, yeah, and I remember playing. This was like one of the first Pokemon games that I really I had a lot of multiplayer experiences with. Like I played this game. I remember I played it with Andrew. I remember I played it with people, so, like this random kid that I didn't even know, on a train one time, and he traded me like some like legendaries and shinies. So I really got into like the social aspect of Pokemon with these. Specifically Black 2, I should mention, but I did end up getting both. The fusions are a little weird for me. The Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. I don't know if that's controversial.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, I mean, like I can understand why. I thought it was cool, but I can also understand why.
Yeah,
it's like Dragon Ball shit.
Yeah, yeah, that is what people tend to complain about those, but overall, I think that they're good games. I don't have much to complain about, and I think because of that, I think I'd have to put them at S tier.
I can't. I mean, you're the only one that's played them, so.
From what I played of Black 2, I would say it deserves S tier. Plus, I've heard that the stories of both the original, both the story was good, and the sequels are really good.
Probably the best stories that Pokemon has ever had. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Okay, we're getting tired. We got to get amped up, guys. Come on, perk up a little. All right, we got 8 more games to go. All right.
Gotta get bricked up. No,
Yeah.
wait, not that.
I'm super into this, but I'm also working on an assignment right
That's
now.
fine. I know that. But Brennan, you have no excuse. Anyway, X and Y. Brennan, I know you like X and Y.
I do love X and Y.
Yeah.
X and Y is so good, and I feel like they get shit on them.
Bring in Cody. You said you wanted. Bring in Cody. You said you wanted. He wanted to speak about these, right?
True. One sec.
Okay. Yeah. Before we continue, but Brennan, what is your experience with X and Y?
I loved X and Y. I definitely think it got hated on more than it did. It was the first 3D game. It introduced Mega Evolutions, which everyone loved, and then Nintendo stupidly took away.
Mm-hmm.
And
ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please.
Oh shit!
Cody.
Yo,
Cody!
special guest Cody. No way. Okay.
What?
Okay. So those were Cody's thoughts.
You gotta help us rank this game because this is the only Pokemon game.
We're on X and Y.
Honestly, I don't even remember if I finished them. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you enjoy them? Do you have positive memory?
I remember the sword.
What's
the sword one, yeah.
Hot Edge, Dual Blade, and Night Slash.
Those were some of the coolest ones that they introduced in that gen. But yeah, no, I really like X and Y. A lot of people hate on it, but I have a soft spot for them.
Than any other generation.
I thought that they were shit on pretty good.
They are, but they're so good. I will say there's too many partners and the story sucks. So that kind of brings it down.
And Team Flare sucks. Team Flare's worst team. Actually, that's not true. The Sword and Shield team is arguably worse.
Oh, Team Skull? Yeah, wait, never mind.
No, Team Skull is Sun and Moon.
Oh, I hate them more.
Okay.
I hate Team Flare more. Anyway, what do you think, Cody?
Where's Pokemon Brown?
All right, so
Shut up.
glad we brought you in here. So X and Y.
Hold up. Isn't X and Y the ones? Didn't they bring in Mega Evolutions?
They did, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was cool.
Mega Evolution was one of the best. People are constantly asking for Mega Evolution to come back. So I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
Shouldn't just keep making up new things.
What, they didn't like big? They didn't like
Big?
just Pokemon?
No, let's make it bigger.
Oh, you're talking about Dynamax, yeah.
Yeah, Dynamax.
Yeah. I think Mega Evolution was arguably cooler. But
Mega
they have to
Evolution
have a
was
new
cooler.
gimmick in every one, so I don't know. I think in terms of like considering they were the first 3D, well, relatively the first 3D games, but like the first 3D main series games, I think that they were very good. But I don't know. I'm debating between A and B for these.
Two of my favorite Pokemon came out of this gen, and my two favorite characters came out of this gen.
The
Froakie line, eventually Greninja, the Honedge line, eventually Aegislash, and then my two favorite main characters, Callum and Serena. So I would say A. I don't know if it's a B for me, but I would go with A.
I think A is fair. I agree with A because I feel like you have to dock it a little bit for the story and the shitty evil team. But
see, but I would argue that like I don't think they are on the same level as Black and White though. You know?
Really?
They're not. They'd be B minus. Black and White is B plus.
You mean A plus A minus?
Yeah, whatever.
I've never played Black and White, so I can't say, but I want to give it A personally.
I had just as much fun playing.
Just from playing it, I remember I was just kind of like, eh. Like, this is cool, but like...
I had just as much fun playing that game as I did Black and White.
Okay. I mean...
Also, my opinion is not super valid, only because I don't remember much of playing it, and it was the first and only Pokemon game I've ever played. So...
So we have 2 Bs and 2 As.
Well, Cody didn't say a ranking. He just said it was A.
You just said B.
Oh, he said B? Okay.
We have 2 Bs and 2 As.
Yeah, we need a tiebreaker. Wait, hold on. I'm going to get a tiebreaker really quick.
Oh, no. He's going to get, like, Andrew or Quentin, and they're going to talk shit on it.
No, if I do it first.
It's going to be Quentin. No, Quentin is coming in for a fifth opinion.
Not if I do it first.
What,
Okay,
you're going to get
Look, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest for the evening. Let's have a chit chat. Wait, is that it? Yeah, that is it. Oh, let's go.
Quentin, you have to go check your phone.
What the? Okay, we lost our guest. Or he might come back, actually, though.
Oh my god.
Okay, Quentin. I have a quick question.
Game in the
Quentin, I have a really quick question.
Freaking fun.
If you so we're doing in a Pokemon tier list, where would you put Pokemon X and Y?
That is the question. Probably F tier. All right, wait. So what was the question? No, I actually think that Pokemon X and Y are B tier. That's what I'm saying, and that's what Cody's saying.
I think it's bullshit.
Donavan and Brennen say bullshit. So we needed a tiebreaker.
This is bullshit.
No,
awesome.
If black and white are bottom A tier, there's no way
That's
you could.
what I'm saying.
There's no way you could put X and Y next to black and white.
That's bullshit.
No,
Bullshit.
Hey, I was just here for the chit chat. Exactly.
Get out of here, Quentin. You're never welcome back.
Pleasure as always. Thank you.
Thanks for your ass opinion, your awful opinion. Fuck you.
Well, you. Dude, the Mars player. Thank you, Quentin.
All of a sudden I have this really hey Donovan. All of a sudden I have this really strong urge to move Heart Gold and Soul Silver into C tier. Do you want to do a 2 against 1 and move it down?
Me too. I just played for the entirety of Heart Gold Soul Silver. I can say it's solid F tier.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Guess who's in control of the tier list, huh? Yeah,
this is leave the shit chat.
This is a.
This is democracy.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you,
Cody.
You ruined everything. Get out of here. It would have been 2 A's versus a B if you never came here. Bye, Cody. I actually love you.
Oh, my hair is revealed.
Follow Cody says.
Yeah, follow Cody says. Link in description.
On Instagram, Cody says.
All right.
Get out.
As much as I'd love to debate you guys more about X and Y, which we can do when we're done, we have to move on to Sun and Moon. So, I think we've all played either Sun and Moon, right?
The hype leading to Sun and Moon was unlike the hype for any other Pokemon game I've ever
crazy, dude. Yeah,
it was the first Pokemon game I pre-ordered.
Yeah, same here, I think. Yeah, I think I pre-ordered those.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Stop.
What?
We are not putting X and Y in bottom B tier below Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Okay. God, all right.
Okay. Continuing on.
Well, in that case, I'm moving black and white up. Here.
Fine.
And I'm moving gold and silver up too.
What the fuck?
I forgot we were.
Everything now.
I forgot we were doing rankings within tiers. So
that's fine.
Let me make a couple edits here. I think Ruby and Sapphire go above these. I think Diamond and Pearl. I'm not even asking for you guys' opinions anymore. I'm just doing my own thing.
No, I agree with most of these so far.
Yeah, no. Let me know if you disagree. But
of shining and brilliant, whatever bullshit. Yeah. There we go. That's better.
And then I think these stay at the bottom.
Yeah, no, those can stay down there.
What's actually going F tier?
Oh, and then in these, I think these go above platinum for me.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. We're good now. We're good. Okay, Sun and Moon.
Yes, we're good.
I agree. The hype was crazy for Sun and Moon. I remember
this was the first and only Pokemon game I've pre-ordered. Yep. I pre-ordered both Sun and Moon and played and beat both.
You pre-ordered both? Dude, that's commitment.
I pre-ordered both and beat both.
Dude, what the hell? I don't even think I have both of them, but I never beat Moon. I only beat Sun.
Yeah, I have both.
I don't even know why I got both. I think the hype was real, but yeah, no, I remember when these came out and we all played them. I had a lot of fun. That like I think they lived up to the hype. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, for sure.
I really enjoyed Sun and Moon.
I love these games like so much. They have such a personality too. Like just it taking place in basically Hawaii.
Yeah, and I thought the Hawaiian setting was really good.
Cool.
I liked a lot of the new Pokemon. I remember.
Yeah.
That's true. It has great new
Like
They're
Lycanroc.
super memorable to me too.
Mm-hmm. Which a lot of people don't like Alola as much as like I feel like we do. Like I don't know. I feel like they're almost sometimes. Well, no, I feel like X and Y are still hated more. But yeah, no, I have fond memories of playing Sun and Moon. I thought that the switch to like non-traditional like gyms was a breath of fresh air, for the series. I do think that the tutorial, which is like that's obviously complained about from everyone, but I do think that the tutorial drags a lot.
What for the tutorials for Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a slog, dude.
Like go to the school and stuff and learn how to catch.
It's like, bro, I've played every game. I don't need this,
Yeah.
But there are people that have it, so it's good to be inclusive.
No, it's not. It just drags.
Yeah, you're right. Let's not be inclusive.
Let's
not be inclusive with anything.
Starting with Sun and Moon, then the problem is you.
Yeah, you're the problem.
Yeah.
No, but I have fond memories for these games. Also, that year, 2016, because that was also the year of Pokemon Go. So Pokemon was popping off that year.
That's true.
And I thought that the hype train was a chugging, if I might say that. Anyway, overall, I like these games a lot. I think I would still put them in B tier, though.
I agree. I really liked these games, but they also did things really different in this game.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I have a very different opinion. This is for me, if I'm making my personal list, like Platinum and Sun and Moon are like my S tiers. So
really, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. When you've played like every single game, it warps your opinion on them for sure.
It really does. It really does.
Okay, I want to make another point. The story is amazing in Sun and Moon. Like, I feel like it might just be underneath Black and White.
Okay, I mean the story was definitely like, it was good.
It was.
That being said, I don't know, man. Like, even then, I don't know. Like, so you put them in S tier, you said, right?
Personally, yeah.
I'm willing to put them high B tier, low A tier. Because I really like them, but I don't know if I
agree.
I think I'd put them above X and Y.
I disagree.
So then put them in A tier, like low A tier.
Yeah,
I feel like that's meeting in the middle, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm cool with that. All right. This is a whack list, dude. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I feel like a lot of people would disagree. Well, I don't know. I actually don't know. I've never like seen someone rank Pokemon games before, so I don't know. I just generally know people's opinions on them. So
I keep all my 3DS games on my desk, so I just like look through them and I found Sapphire.
Hey! Let's go. All right. Well, yeah, no. I love the 3DS in general. Such a great console.
Dude, there's the 3DS Pokemon games in general, just like some of the best.
There were some of the best. That being said, moving on to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I never played either one.
Probably some of the most forgettable Pokemon games. I'm going to say that much. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't even remember that these came out.
No, I don't even remember why these came out. Why wasn't it just like DLC? Like, what was the point of this?
That's basically what they were. They were just DLC. Donovan, did you play Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon? Just out of curiosity.
No, did it come out after the Switch was already out?
They did, yeah. They came out the year that the Switch came out.
Weird that they did that.
Well, and that wasn't necessarily Pokemon's fault. That was just like bad timing. But yeah, no, this was the last pair. Well, you could call the Switch a handheld slightly, but these were like the last like pure handheld games. And I think because the Switch was out, I think that's what made them like more forgettable. You know?
Yeah. And like the stuff they added was cool with the wormhole and the Ultra Beasts, and diving more into the story with Necrozoma, because in the original Sun and Moon, you were told, hey, this weird black Pokemon that was like not reflecting any light flew to the top of this mountain, and then you go up there and you just randomly run into this awesome looking legendary Pokemon, and then you catch it, and then that's it. And then you go back and you're like, hey, I caught it, and they're like, oh, good job, and they give you like what, $2 million or something like that.
They give you a lot. Yeah, they give you like $1 million in that game.
So with the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon stuff, I think it was really cool, the stuff they added with exploring more into the wormholes and the Ultra Beasts and stuff like that. But I also feel like it was a little pointless, and they could have just maybe focused more on that, and maybe in the original game instead of just completely. Or that would have been a great solution. They should have made a third one. They should have made like Pokemon Eclipse.
That's basically okay. To be fair, that's basically what these were. They were a third version split into two. That's basically
like, and like they haven't done the third. They haven't done like the third game release since I think Platinum, right?
That's true. They haven't.
Yeah. So, dude, if they would have done like Pokemon Sun and Moon Eclipse,
because money, Brennan, they need the money.
Yeah, because Nintendo are fucking.
They need you to buy.
They don't need shit.
They need you to buy both games. They're like, we can't just release one game. We need to release two. Unless you're talking about Legends Arceus, apparently. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, no. But with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I don't know. It almost makes me mad to the point where I almost want to put these below Sun and Moon because they're almost like Sun and Moon, but like unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like they did, like these didn't have to come out. You know?
No, these did not have to come out at all.
The Rainbow Rocket team.
Oh my God, you're right. The Rainbow Rocket team. We have to put them in S tier because of the Rainbow Rocket team.
Wait, because of the what?
The Rainbow Rocket team, Rainbow Rocket. See the fact you don't even remember that. That's
oh no, I don't even remember that. The whole like where they brought back all the old gym team leaders and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, dude. Like that was cool, but like clearly I didn't even remember it.
I don't know. This is really hard because I feel like they're like they actually are like slightly better than the original Sun and Moon game.
They are. Yeah, I think we need to stop looking at them and the fact that they were the stupidest fucking thing ever made and just money grabs, but they were still good games.
Yeah, very true.
So,
I don't know, man. I guess we could put them in A tier. I don't feel like they
just put them behind Sun and Moon because the original Sun and Moon were like the OG and like they were better. These
Sun
are just
and Moon
pointless.
Came first. Earth came first, Brennan. So therefore,
put them up there.
These go. Yeah, sure, whatever. They're just unnecessary. That's all that I can say. That's my one word.
They were good games, good story, good things added, just unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay, we've reached the final pair of games.
Finally.
And possibly the most controversial pair of games on here. Are you guys ready to dive in?
Yes.
Oh, man. Who's played Sword or Shield?
I played Shield.
Okay, I have also played Shield. Donovan, what about you, huh?
I own it. I've never played it, though.
You don't own it. You have your brother's copy.
My brother owns it. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah. Are you the same person as your brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can just walk into his room and grab it and be like, "This is mine." So it's basically mine.
Okay. You're like hippity hoppity. Pokemon Shield is now my property.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there's a reason why these are divisive games. I'll say that much. Because I feel like the hype. A lot of bad things came from the year that these games were released. No national decks, bad graphics, no not very good animations, right?
No.
Weird Pokemon. Like here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Pokemon roster for Sword and Shield. They're very weird, but I don't think that they're bad. Does that make sense?
No, they're not bad. Although I am gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Out of every Pokemon here, hands down my least favorite cover box legendaries.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's very true.
not even close to the love of like Kyogre and Groudon or Palkia and Dialga and stuff like that.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Or my favorite duo, X and Y.
I do think, like, even when they first were announced, I was like, really? Dogs?
Yeah, I remember watching people react to it. The trailer did hype it up really well.
They did.
Like the trailer, but like always, the trailer made it look really good. But then even like the legendaries were revealed, and they were like, dogs.
Yeah, dogs.
Or like all the memes that came out, like when they were first showed what's his like Zacian or something like that, the one that holds the sword.
Zacian and Zamazenta, yeah.
Okay. The one that holds the sword, it was like it showed him and it was like that old video where it's like, what do you have? A knife? No. But it showed like him running around with the sword in his mouth. It's like, what do you have? A knife.
Yeah, there were some good memes that came from these games specifically, especially with like the camp feature. Yeah, that was a good feature.
The camp feature was fun. I will forever love having a Gengar in the camp.
Yeah,
Gengar would do this most stupidest shit in the camp.
I loved how many people would like share their experiences of the camp on like Twitter and stuff. That was a good factor.
The camp was good. The camp was definitely one of the good things that came out of this.
That's where the budget went, was the camp.
To the camp.
Yeah. Donavan, you like what? Based on your limited knowledge of the games, what do you think? I'm just curious.
Like the same thing that I think for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Basically, everything I said then applies here. I just feel like they're lazy, and like I don't know. I feel like the fact now that Legends Arceus is out and it's kind of what I wanted those games to be, kind of makes up for it, and like maybe I can appreciate them more now if I played them now rather than if I played them before Legends Arceus came out. But I don't know. I feel like I can't really like give my full opinion on it because I haven't played them, and that'd be kind of unfair of me to try and rank them.
Oh well, yeah, because like if I'm being perfectly honest, I had a blast playing Shield. I'm not saying it wasn't fun. It was still a Pokemon game. It was cool seeing the Pokemon run around in like the nature.
The wild area was really cool. That was a precursor to everything we had.
I caught a completely legit like random chance shiny. Like I wasn't even trying to hunt for one. I just found one and I was like, no way.
Same here, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you just see stuff like the opening cutscene where like the characters' lips are moving, but there's no full voice acting.
It really shows
it feels like they were really holding back on like making the game like live up to its full potential. And it was like the first like major Switch Pokemon game. So like
it was, yeah. So there was high expectations for them. And I just they did not meet the expectations. I'm going to make the joke that everyone makes. Pokemon as a franchise, when these came out, it was clear that they were not evolving.
No.
As well as they should have been, you know? But that being said, I agree with you, Brennan. The first time I played through these games, I enjoyed myself. Like they were very fun.
I very much enjoyed myself playing these games, and I beat it, and I still much enjoyed it. I did not like the Dynamax feature.
I'm not a fan of Dynamax.
But I had fun. And looking back after beating it and playing as much as I have, I realized that it definitely had its problems. Definitely was lazy on some parts. But I mean, but like it was still a Pokemon game, and it was fun, and I had a blast, and being able to even though it was such a pain playing with you the couple times that you and me played together, that
Oh
was
my
fun.
god, the online connectivity is
Online
awful.
connection is terrible.
It's like almost my least favorite part of the game. That's how bad it is.
It's so bad, dude. And then we get this easy shit with Pokemon Diamond, like the Diamond Shiny Diamond.
It's so easy in those games. Like that's another thing about X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is the online was the best that it would ever.
The online for X and Y and Alpha and Omega Ruby were so good. I wish we could just have that.
Why I don't know why they didn't just keep that for the rest of the other games.
The same reason that they didn't keep Mega Evolutions, because they don't care how much fans want it, they want to change it every time.
Yeah, I guess. And so this isn't necessarily super relevant to the games alone, but I think that the DLC for Sword and Shield is also very good. If Brennan, specifically, if you haven't played it, I enjoyed it. I think you would also like it.
I have not played it, but I've heard that it definitely helps with the opinion of the game.
It does, yeah. But I'm trying to base my opinion on the games alone without the DLC. And I think with that, I feel like they would go at like low B.
For me, I would say
like
so for me, the game itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually wants me to just how the game itself wants me to put it in C, actually, like high C.
Really? Okay.
But just because even though it was a really weird game, it was clearly lazy and had its problems, I still had a lot of fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna agree with low B.
Okay, I think I would put them above Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for sure.
Yeah, just because some of the mechanics are still way cooler than what they did on D&P.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's still a Pokemon game, and there's still like a lot of creativity and love put into it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like
even if it is lazy a little bit.
Even the Pokemon alone, if you like read like the dex entries and like kind of like about the lore of each Pokemon, there's a lot of thought that goes into them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can appreciate that. So at the end of the day, Pokemon is a great franchise. It's my favorite franchise of all time. Every Pokemon game has at least a little bit of quality to it. But there could, they can't all be the best. Like no one ever was. So with that,
you're gonna make me puke right now, dude.
All right, so I'll stop talking because we ranked every game, guys.
Did it.
Right? We did it. Yeah. This was
Zelda, Mario, and Pokemon.
Yep, we've done the big three franchises of Nintendo.
We've done the big three of Nintendo.
We're doing Fire Emblem next, guys. Strap in.
No, I've only played one Fire Emblem game.
I have played 0. So, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, holy shit, what is wrong with you? Go outside. Go read a book or something. Holy shit. But this was a fun one, guys. I enjoyed this. Obviously, we had, there are some, but we generally have the same opinions about a lot of these games.
Most of these, we had a pretty similar opinion.
We had pretty similar opinions. There definitely are ones that are more up for debate than others. But
I think the only thing that we can 100% all three of us agree on is that Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Alpha Sapphire, and Omega Ruby are like the only 4 games that are absolutely 100% S2.
They are, yeah. I would have to agree.
Black and White 2, me and Donavan don't know, so that's completely up to your choice. And then same with Platinum. So, but I think the 100% thing that we can all agree on is that those 4 are definitely S tier Pokemon games.
They're S tier in my heart. I'll say that.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, fuck all you haters.
That being said, Donovan, do you have any final thoughts?
Play Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh yeah, you wanted me to say my opinions on Legends Arceus, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm interested in where you would put it, where you would rank it if it was on the list, which I guess it kind of is now, but.
F here. All right, so thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
I have to buy that game next week. What?